Part 2, Sexuality Approaches. We've all heard the old adage, sex sells. Well, it's true, especially in advertising. Advertisers have 5 different approaches they can use with sex appeal. They range from very subtle or subliminal messages to overt sexuality. The sex appeals are often used to break advertising clutter. The use of sex appeals has increased in the United States and in many other countries. The problem is that sex appeals may not carry the impact they used to because children are growing up exposed to sexual themes all around them. As a result, many advertisers are moving to more subtle sexual clues and a softer sexual approach. Placing sexual cues or icons in the advertisement with the idea of affecting the subconscious is subliminal advertising. The cue or icon should not be easily noticeable. Research has shown that subliminal advertising does not work. It is not effective. If it did, there would not be a need for overt sexual advertising. Ad clutter requires stronger ads that get attention. The sensuality approach conveys sex, but in a loving, romantic way. Women respond more favorably to a sensuous approach. It is viewed as more sophisticated and relies on a person's imagination. Because it relies on imagination, the viewer can put their own positive spin on what they think will occur. Images of romance and love can be more enticing to viewers of an ad than raw sexuality. Sexual suggestiveness is a stronger hint about having sex or a sexual theme. Recent ads have focused on women watching men who were shirtless or nearly nude, suggesting sexual fantasies that could occur with the man. Nudity and partial nudity is used in advertising for a variety of reasons and for a wide variety of products. Some products are related to sex, others have nothing to do at all with sex. One primary reason nudity and partial nudity is used in ads is to attract attention. It is not always designed to elicit a sexual response. For instance, underwear commercials may be just promoting garments, not trying to convey the idea that the underwear is sexy. Overt sexuality in ads is acceptable for sexually oriented products. It can be used to break through ad clutter. It is often used for shock value, to get people's attention. The major danger of an overt sexual approach is that it can offend people. When that occurs, it creates a negative image and attitude towards the brand. Before using a decorative model, companies should consider several factors. First, using decorative models does improve ad recognition, but it does not improve brand recognition. Recalling the ad but not the brand is not good. Second, decorative models influence emotional and objective evaluations of the product for both male and female audiences. Third, decorative models produce higher purchase intentions when the product is sexually relevant. Fourth, attractive models produce higher levels of attention than less attractive models for both males and females. The question, are sex appeals effective? Well, ads with sexual themes do attract attention. However, brand recall may be lower. Overt ads, overt sexual cues, and nudity will increase physiological arousal. The cognitive impressions made in ads with sex appeals vary depending on the viewer. If the person likes the ad, then a positive cognitive impression is made of the brand. If they dislike the ad, then a negative cognitive impression is made of the brand. Societal trends also impact the use of sex appeals, especially in global markets. Sexual appeals in advertising are not all positive. A number of disadvantages are present. Using sex in advertising today has less influence because sex is common on television and in movies. Sexual themes interfere with brand recall and affect ad comprehension. A negative societal consequence is that such appeals may cause a greater dissatisfaction with the viewer's own body. Females feel they are too fat. Males feel they are not strong or muscular enough. Sex appeals have also led to stereotyping problems with females. Because of criticism that ad objectifies women, Badger and Winters Agency developed these four criteria. Does the woman have a choice or voice in the situation? Is she posed in a sexually provocative way that she is a mere body part? Has the image been manipulated or modified where it does not look humanly achievable? Would you be comfortable seeing your sister, friend, or yourself in the ad? Music is an important part of advertising. It connects with emotions and generates memories. It has intrusive value and gets attention. Music increases the retention of visual information. It produces higher recall scores and can increase persuasiveness. Music tends to be stored in long-term memory, and consumers often tie particular music to a specific brand or product. Music can play a variety of roles in ads. It can be incidental to the ad, hardly noticed by viewers, or it can be the central theme of the ad. The role it will assume impacts the type of music that will be selected. Advertisers can use a familiar tune, or they can write a jingle or new song. Music can be for background purposes or to create a certain mood as the ad progresses. In recent years, advertisers have solicited musicians to create songs for ads rather than purchasing familiar tunes and adapting them to the ad. Music appeals offer a number of advantages. Consumers have an affinity with existing songs, so when an existing song is used, consumers have already heard it and most have developed emotions with it. Brand awareness, brand equity, and brand loyalty become easier with music appeals. Even for new songs such as It Doesn't Get Better Than This, consumers transfer affinity and positive feelings from the song to the brand. One reason McCary Bowen sent a creative brief to musicians and asked them to write a song is that to purchase the rights to current popular songs can be extremely expensive. Musicians have become more open to writing and performing songs for ads. It is a way to be heard. Songs are often posted on YouTube and other sites. Occasionally, the full version of the song of a tune written for an ad will become popular and move to radio stations and other music outlets. Rational appeals are based on the hierarchy of effects model and the sequence of steps outlined in the model. It implies active processing of information. Rational appeals work best for print ads where longer copy can be inserted and online when there is very little limit to what copy can be inserted. Emotional appeals are often used because consumers tend to ignore ads and emotional themes tend to be noticed more. Rational appeals, especially, are often ignored unless the person is in the market for that particular product. Most advertising creatives believe that emotions are the key to developing brand loyalty. Emotions and feelings will create bonds with a brand. Emotional appeals are becoming more common in business-to-business advertising and are now used in about 25% of all business ads. The rationale is that business buyers are people also, and even business decisions, emotions are an important component. Emotional appeals work really well for television where people can see and hear the emotions. They also work well on the internet. Emotional appeals work well with other types of appeals and are often combined with other appeals like humor. Scarcity appeals urge consumers to make a purchase now because of some type of limitation. Often that limitation is a limited supply, which means products must be purchased before they are all gone. It can be based on a limited time. You only have 5 days or 1 week or just 1 hour. Scarcity appeals are often tied to other promotions such as contests, sweepstakes, and coupons. The concept is to encourage consumers or customers to take action immediately or it will be too late. An execution framework signifies the manner in which an advertising appeal is to be presented. It should be chosen in conjunction with an advertising appeal and a message strategy. There are 8 different executions that can be used. Animation was originally a cheap way to advertise. Companies that could not afford actors use animation. Animation usage has increased and is often now a chosen method of advertising. The skill and quality of animation has improved greatly in the last 20 years. One technique known as rotoscoping involves drawing animated characters into scenes with live characters. Rotoscoping also can be used to merge live video scenes to make it look like it really happened or all occurred at the same time. The cost of animation have come down in recent years, which makes it more appealing to advertisers. Animation is now used even in business-to-business marketing and advertising. Storytelling is similar to the slice-of-life execution, but it does not include an encounter where the brand solves the problem. Storytelling resembles a 30-second movie with a plot. The brand is at the periphery of the ad and not the central focus. Rather than tell a brand's benefits or attributes, the audience is left to draw their own conclusions. Testimonials are used in the business-to-business sector and the service sector. Testimonials involve customers giving testimonies about a product or service. Testimonies can enhance the credibility of a product. The testimonies can be given by real customers or by paid actors. Real customers are more believable, but lack polish for a TV ad. Paid actors sometimes look like paid actors, and the testimony benefits are lost. When using the authoritative execution, advertisers seek to convince consumers of the product's superiority. The most common approach is to use some type of expert authority, such as a doctor, dentist, lawyer, or electrician. Scientific evidence or even survey evidence can be used to support the claim. It works best if the evidence is independent, such as J.D. Powers and Associates or Consumer Reports. The authoritative approach is used in business-to-business ads, especially in trade journals. Authoritative executions rely on cognitive processing of the information, so they work best with print media where copy can be supplied. A demonstration execution shows how a product works. A demonstration is an effective way to communicate the benefits of a product to viewers. It is used in business-to-business advertising to show how a product can meet the needs of a business. It works best for television and the internet. Fantasy executions lift the audience beyond reality to a world of make-believe. Some are meant to be realistic, but most are fantasies that are irrational and would never really happen. The most common themes for fantasy executions are sex, love, and romance. As a result, fantasy executions work well for perfume and cologne. They also work well for clothing and vacation destinations. A few business-to-business ads have featured fantasies, but the danger in that customers will not take the business firm seriously. Informative executions present information to the audience in a straightforward manner. They are used extensively in radio, often by DJs. Informative ads are less common in television and in print. Informative ads are common with business to business. The key to whether individuals pay attention is the buy-in situation. If someone is looking for a particular product, then they may notice the informative ad. Level of involvement is important. Consumers and business buyers have to be involved at the time to notice informative ads. Placement is also important. Ads placed next to an article on the topic are more likely to be noticed.